The trial of Erin Patterson begins today.
First to breaking news from the mushroom meal murder trial.
Arriving at court today where his estranged wife stands accused of murdering his family. The trial's first witness, Simon Patterson, told the jury he too was invited to the lunch where she served up deadly mushrooms in a beef Wellington, something Erin Patterson denies, previously telling reporters it was all an accident.
Gail's never been anything but good and kind to me. And Ian and Heather were some of the best people I've ever met. They never did anything wrong to me, and I'm so devastated.
In the days after Erin's meal, Simon's parents Don and Gail Patterson, as well as his aunt Heather Wilkinson, died. Only his uncle Ian recovered following a liver transplant. He told police all four had been served individual beef Wellingtons off large grey plates, while Erin ate hers off a small, lighter-coloured plate. Theirs contained the deadly death cap mushroom, which looks similar to many edible mushrooms but contains dangerous toxins. Within hours of being eaten, they can cause nausea, seizures, delirium, kidney and liver failure, as well as death. All four of Erin Patterson's guests were rushed to hospital the following day. The court heard she'd invited her estranged husband and his family to her home for lunch to discuss a recent cancer diagnosis and how to tell their children, a diagnosis that later proved to be untrue. Simon Patterson said they had an amicable separation but had recently fallen out. Text messages they exchanged in the run-up to the meal were read to the court, with him telling her,
"I feel too uncomfortable about coming to lunch."
That's really disappointing. I've spent many hours this week preparing lunch, which has been exhausting in light of the issues I'm facing, and spent a small fortune on beef-eye fillet. It's important to me that you're all there.
Several months after the alleged murders, Erin Patterson was arrested. The prosecution said a phone seized during the police investigation was subject to a remote factory reset during their search of her house. They told the court her phone data suggests her twice visiting areas where death caps had been reported. She was also captured on CCTV at a dump throwing away a mushroom dehydrator she'd shared photos of with Facebook friends, telling them she used it for cooking. This despite telling police she didn't have one and had never foraged for mushrooms. The appliance contained traces of the deadly fungi. Erin's defence says she lied only because she was panicked after her guests' deaths and said things that were not well thought out because of the pressure of public scrutiny.
Can you tell us what took place at the meal? Erin?
She cried as the court heard how close she was to her in-laws and to her children. The prosecution said they wouldn't be discussing a motive, rather proving that she intended to kill them. She, meanwhile, maintains this was a tragic accident.